Hey guys, welcome back to Team Slinger. My name is Peter, and today we're going to be looking at my updated ChaosGallantmon deck profile for the EX5 meta. Now, this deck has changed a little bit since the last time I played it. I deviated a little bit away from the solid purple base and splashed in some more red. I think the deck is super fun. It might not be your top deck currently, but it's tons of fun, and I think you should give it a try and see what you think. So we're starting off with 4 copies of our BT5 Gigimon egg. This card gives a 2000 DP inheritable when you delete something else, so that comes up quite a bit with our EX3 Growlmon inheritable and the ChaosGallantmon on Digivolution inheritable, and that's going to help us get over some big bodies and security with our ChaosGallantmon. It's going to put us at 14k, lets us slide in right over the 13k deletion threshold that we're looking for. So that is our egg. Then for the rookies, we run 4 copies of BT5 Guilmon. This one gives us a memory on deletion. It works really nicely with our aforementioned Growlmon and ChaosGallantmon. Both of them look for a target to delete, so this is a great option if you want to extend your plays. Then we're going to go into 4 copies of the EX3 Guilmon. This one can pop a floodgate on deletion or mill us 2 cards off the top. Both effects are really fantastic for this deck. You either get some early pressure in, control the board, pop some floodgates, or you can get some cards milled to help advance your game plan. So we like both of these options, and then we round it off with 2 copies of our EX4 Guilmon with Rush. So this card is kind of later in the game. When you've milled off a bunch of cards, you can drop this card to kind of take out your opponent by surprise and try and finish off the game. So that will do it for our rookie base. For the champions, we're going to start with 4 copies of the EX3 Growlmon. This card, when digivolving, is again going to pop a floodgate or mill us 2 cards. So both effects are fantastic, just like the Guilmon. More importantly, though, our security gives us the option on attack to pop one of our other bodies to get security +1. So if we make it to our top end, we can use this to get some early aggression, pop our Gigimon inheritable to give us 2k DP, and check pretty safely into security. On top of that, we go 4 copies of Black Growlmon. This is just kind of our main search piece in this deck, at least. You can always count on milling what you need and then grabbing it back with this card. The inheritable is really nice for getting back your pieces when your stack dies. And this card kind of enables you to be really aggressive with your level 5s because you can delete one of your other Digimon, get the 2k inheritable, and then swing in. And if your stack dies, you can grab a piece back. Or if you're being aggressive with your Guilmons and something else dies, your stack can be a 10k that checks. And then again, if it dies, you get a piece back. And you just go up the line again and mill some more cards. Lastly, we go 2 copies of Dobermon. I like this card because if I'm bricked, Dobermon's going to grab me pieces. We're going to mill 3 off the top, grab something back. And it doesn't really feel that bad to hard play if I have to. So that is it for our champions in this deck. For level 5s, we go 3 copies of the EX4 Black WarGrowlmon. When digivolving, we're just going to mill 3 off the top, and then we're going to delete a Digimon with 3k DP or less, and then add 2k for every 10 cards in both players' trash. This is kind of good for our mid-level deletion. It's not usually going to take out a big body, but if the opponent's starting to get a little bit wide, we can start popping some smaller bodies, and this card is great because it doesn't just target one Digimon, it is a total DP value up to the number that you're deleting. So you can pop multiple floodgates and really narrow down your opponent's options. Then we're going to run our main level 5, 4 copies of the EX3 WarGrowlmon. When digivolving, this card also mills 3 off the top. And then it's going to let you play a Takato or a Guilmon from hand or trash if you have one. So this is our main method of playing our tamers. If we don't set them up early, we can get them from trash, we can play them from hand, or we get a Guilmon back for deletion fodder for our top end. So this card kind of keeps our board strong. It helps us bring our tamers out. It's just really, really powerful, and we love to see it. Then we have our Mega Level Digimon. So we're going to start with 4 copies of ChaosGallantmon. This card is definitely power crept. It is not the best top end for this deck, but I like the card, so I'm running it and I'm making it work. It's going to pop you a level 5 on Digivolve as long as you delete one of your other bodies on the board, and then you get to play something back. So it kind of keeps your board wide while controlling some smaller bodies on the board. I like that it's 12k because, again, with the Gigimon inheritable, it kind of helps you get around some bigger bodies in the meta. So that's really nice. And it looks cool, so that's always a plus. Then we go 2 copies of EX4 ChaosGallantmon. This will let us play it out from trash and delete a body as long as we have a Gallantmon to delete. So this pairs really nice with our mill engine, and it's kind of going to help us keep the board controlled. If we really have to, we can hard play it from our hand, but most of the time, we're going to be looking to bring this back from trash to either pop our ChaosGallantmon or one of our other level 6s in order to get the board cleared. On top of that, we're going to run 2 copies of BT13 Gallantmon. This is really the piece of support that Mill Gallantmon needed in order to be somewhat relevant. Playable is probably a better way to put it. This card wins me so many games. I love it at 2, mostly because it doesn't fill up your hand with the 5-cost Digivolution at 2, and you see it enough that you can grab it back with the black Growlmons. And then later you'll see we can also warp into it with the Takatos that we run. So this is a great ender. It's a great board control piece. It gets around a lot of level 7, so I think this is a must play if you're playing Mill Guilmon. Then I have 2 level 7s. We run the Crimson mode. That can go on top of our EX4 ChaosGallantmon if we have it. Otherwise, we can play it on top of our BT13 Gallantmon after we warp or hard play it, or however we get it on the board. But that BT13 Gallantmon in conjunction with like the Blitz Takato can be really, really strong and a really surprising way to end the game. If you warp into the BT13 Gallantmon and then just Crimson mode on top, you can take 3 security and then check for game. It's just really, really powerful. So definitely recommend running it. For tamers, we start with 3 copies of our EX2 Takato. It gives Blitz to all of our Gallantmon named cards, so obviously very, very powerful in this deck. And then we just run 2 copies of the Memory Setter Warp Takato, mostly here because I like playing the free memory tamer with the WarGrowlmon, and then being able to warp into the Gallantmon is just a really strong finisher with our Crimson mode as well. So that's all for tamers. I'm running 4 copies of Slinger. We're milling, so obviously we love this card. It's really powerful. When we mill a bunch of cards, we can pop basically anything we want, as long as we play it early. Sometimes I drop these on as early as level 4s because I just want to get the board clear and stop my opponent's momentum. You know, sometimes you basically put them in a hand check and you say, all right, you went rookie and you went champion, and I'm going to pop it. And if you don't have an answer and you don't have pieces in your hand, well, you're going to take a turn or 2 to set up, and the game is basically, you know, it's my turn. So you get to play your game that way. So we love this card. Very powerful. Then we go 2 Rivals Barrage, just grabbing our pieces back. When we mill it, it's going to give us something. Otherwise, it's a great security bomb and a great way to get out of some sticky situations. And lastly, I run 1 red memory boost and 1 purple memory boost. I started running these mostly because we play a lot of options, and having the memory to play our options is just really powerful. Early, when we're mulliganing and we're looking for pieces, we have the option to keep a hand that has one of these 2 to kind of give us a stronger opening and give us some memory to play with later. So I found that I do like these. They get milled away quite often, but they're just really powerful to have in our opening hand when we don't see a Takato or necessarily all of our pieces. I run 1 of each color just because the red will grab me my Crimson mode if I'm looking for it, and the purple should grab me every other piece of my 1 through 6. So I think they're both fantastic, and that does it for the deck profile. So if you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, give the deck a try. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.